Now let's come to futures and options. So first we'll go through what futures are. Now to understand the concept of futures, let's go back to the origin, how these futures started in the first place. So the concept of futures was actually started by the farmer community. Now what used to happen is there were certain crops which had demand in certain seasons. Say for example, the demand for sabudana suddenly went up in the month of Shravan, as we all know. But the harvest is quite at an early stage, say February, March, and the demand comes in August and September. So between this period, there is an issue of storage of this particular product. So what arrangement was made between the farmer and the end user was that the end user said, I'll buy the product from you in the month of September, but we'll fix up the prices today and we'll fix up the time of delivery today. So now this becomes a futures contract. You are not actually buying the product at that point in time, but you are fixing up a price to be delivered at a certain future date and at a particular fixed price. Now, that was an arrangement between two people, one farmer and one end user. Then came in the exchange, and these futures and options market became regulated. Now we have the regulator called SEBI. So it's a regulated equity market that we are dealing in, mostly in India. So now that you've got a basic idea of futures, let's come to the second stage, options. Now I'll give you one very simple example to understand options also. Say for example, in day-to-day life, how do we use options? You as an individual are going to a particular builder to buy a property which is going to be delivered, which is going to be completed, and the possession is going to be given at some later stage in the year. So what exactly do you do? You go and give a particular token amount to the builder and you close a deal wherein you are going to buy that flat at a particular rate, and for that you are giving a small token amount today. So now this token amount is what is called as option. You are buying an option means that at that particular price you are going to buy the property at a later stage in that particular year. So the date is fixed, the amount is fixed, and what price you are paying today is a very small amount of that entire amount. That is called option. So option is actually a second derivative of the underlying, which is the property here. Now I'll explain you another simple example to understand how options work. So say suppose you want to get the property in the next 6 months. Now within the 6 months, there is something that happens and the property prices go down. And you have fixed up a price which is a bit higher than what is the price going on right now. So do we have an option that, okay, you tell the builder that I'm not going to buy the property and it's okay that you can keep the token amount. So what you have done is actually buying an option, and you have the right, as a buyer, you have the right to back out from that deal. Your maximum loss is the token amount that you have given to the builder, which he does not have an obligation to give it back to you. But you are not going to buy the property at the higher price that you had fixed at. So this advantage you have as a buyer. Now in this case, in our example, builder is a seller of the option. Does he have a right to deny you? Now practically that thing does happen, but legally it is not the thing that he does not have the right to deny you the property at a lower price. So practically what happens is, if there is an increase in the prices, a sudden surge in the prices of the property, and you have fixed up a lesser price for that same particular property with the builder, the builder may be tempted to tell you that he does not want to sell you the property. But legally, he is bound to sell you the property. He does not have the right to deny you your rights. So in this case, what we can say is that the seller of the option has an obligation to deliver the product at the price that was fixed earlier. So as a seller, his particular profit is only the token amount, and the maximum profit that you make is the surge in the prices that you're getting. Say, for example, you bought a property for 5 crores and suddenly the prices have gone up to 7 crores. So as a buyer, you have unlimited profit potential, while as a seller, the builder only has that token amount that he has collected in the beginning of the deal. So that is the difference between the buyer and seller of an option. So I hope you've understood the concepts of futures and options, relating it to our daily lives. This is something that we keep doing it, but we are unaware of these nomenclatures of futures and options. So that's all on the concept of futures and options. We'll get back and for more details and more intricacies of how these futures and options work in the equity stock market in the later videos. So stay tuned. Thank you.
Investment in securities market are subject to market risks. Read all the related documents carefully before investing.